You're listening to Mix Off Air with Duffy Moon, Amber Kay, Camper Kyle, and Kelsey Lorenz. And now, the Mix Mornings Post Show.
It's funny, I haven't been on an episode of Mix Off Air. You guys haven't invited me to join you for an episode of Mix Off Air. In weeks.
Whatever.
Okay, so...
And today, Amber Kay walks into my office and says, hey, we're going to do a whole episode about ageism. We think you should be there. We're going to do a whole episode about what it's like to age not so gracefully.
Okay, Mr.
And Duffy
Sensitive.
Moon, we think you should be there.
That is not at all what happened.
Wait, real quick. Last week when I wasn't here,
Yeah.
was it just you two?
Oh, no. It was.
You wouldn't let us.
It was no. Duffy wouldn't let us. So Mini Coop was on with us.
Oh, that's right.
And I did the board, and I couldn't find where you put our intro music.
Yeah.
So I just made up some stuff.
It was actually just Mini Coop in the background going, all right.
No, I found some music that was on there and some sound effects.
Yeah, okay.
And then Kelsey did the announcer role.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All the stuff that we haven't paid for the podcast. Yeah, good stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, good stuff. Don't listen to episode 54 or whatever.
We were reviewing it, so that's fine.
So today we're going to talk about how I've aged gracefully.
No, this has
apparently.
nothing to do with you. Mm-hmm. Not everything's about you, Duffy Moon.
It's the only one you've invited me into in weeks.
Whatever,
and weeks,
you lie.
And weeks.
It's your memory. It's just getting better.
See? I see where this is going.
No, so on the show today, Kyle, for the third time,
Oh, jeez.
did
come on.
the
Yeah.
reference of me and Kelsey understand this because we're in the same generation.
Well, you
The
definitely...
third time.
Yeah, you do bookend the generation. That is true.
Yeah, but he
She
did.
didn't even get the date. She didn't even like it.
No.
Right over
Oh
her.
no,
No.
I get it.
Yeah.
Weird.
I get it. I'm at the end of the generation, and he's at the beginning
Or
of the
she, yeah,
generation.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he's younger than she is.
Yeah.
But the third time, that's the third time he's done this. Like the other day we were talking about cell phones or something when we're younger, and he's like, "Well, Kelsey and I, we can't understand this." He's like, and I was like, "What?"
Amber, I'm going to have to come to Camper
And he
Kyle's
goes,
defense.
and he goes, "Did you have a cell phone?" I was like, "Yes, Kyle, cell phones existed."
Listen, I didn't have one until I was like 13, okay? So I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Me too, actually.
Hold on, Duffy was about to come to my defense.
I was 15.
Some of us had beepers and we really liked them, so shut up.
Were some of us
see,
drug
okay.
dealers?
No, before it became a drug dealer thing, Amber, that's what everybody had. All right?
I do. How did those beepers work?
Okay, so the beeper had its own phone number, and you
Okay.
could call the number, and then it would beep, and it would show you the number that called it, and then you knew you had to go to your phone that was attached to the wall, and you had to pick it up and you had to dial that number back.
Gotcha.
But what we would do is you got to a point, because we were cool.
You call from a payphone and leave, and then they knew that's where the pickup spot was.
No, Amber, I wasn't a drug dealer, Amber. I wasn't selling dime bags. Okay, so
He's a pusher.
Yeah, no. What would happen is you could call and you could put in codes. So like you could
Text.
put in 8008.
420.
No, Amber. No, we were cooler than that. We would put in.
We were cooler.
If you put 8008.
Oh, it spells
boob.
Well, no, 80085.
Yeah, it spells boobs. Yeah, and so we were cool like that.
He just likes the one.
Yeah. Boom. My eyes go in different directions. It's the only one I can see. So I do want to
He's
come
like,
to...
girls have two?
So they... What? So I want to come to Kyle's defense. I mean, in his defense, both he and Kelsey are very much at different stages of their life. And I think when he makes a reference like that, I think he's referring... You have two kids and a husband.
Right.
And,
By
you're
his age, I had a kid and a husband.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And so I think he looks at it as, not that you're like leap years older than they are,
but you would
just
think
you're at a different stage.
After the first time he said it, and I corrected him, and then after the second time he said it,
I just don't think about
it.
I can't defend you on that one, Camper Kyle. You're a slow learner on that sort of thing.
I agree. We're very different in maturity and life experience.
I wouldn't even call it maturity.
Wisdom.
I got a beard hair in my tongue.
Never mind, it's maturity. Yeah.
So I understand all of that, but when he says things like, Kelsey and I are millennials, so we get it.
Yeah.
And technically, I am a millennial, and he's actually not.
He's actually Gen Z.
Yeah, you're Gen Z. So, did you really get your feelers hurt because you weren't included in the millennial class?
Because it's
Why
the third
do
time
you say it like that?
that he excludes me.
Oh, jeez.
And doesn't say he names him and Kelsey and says that they feel differently because of their age.
Hey, listen, until you've had a whole meme directed at you.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah, just
You're not even a boomer.
I know, but for some reason, that keeps showing up every time I say something. Okay,
Wait,
boomer.
what are you?
That made... He's Gen X.
X, yeah.
No, I don't think I'm Gen X.
Yeah, remember? Because you were like, I am?
You're with my parents.
And that's Gen X?
I had Gen X genes.
I thought it was the one right before. What's the one right before Gen X?
Boomers.
No, there's something in
boomers,
between.
X. Oh, wait.
No, there's definitely something in between.
Millennials is also known as Gen Y.
Yep.
Blue top?
Is it really?
I thought I was America's greatest generation.
That's a boomer.
No, that's before the boomers.
I'm telling you, there's one in between the boomers and because the boomers. That was Jesus.
That was BC.
Yeah, because the boomers ended in the early '60s, right? And then you went into the you had hippies.
My
and all
mom's
that,
a boomer. She's a 60. So.
Yeah, that's what
mom
I'm
is
saying. So there's one in between. Kyle, you looking that up because I think that we're leaving one out, or at least one out.
Yep.
After baby boomers, I think that there's.
Why?
I mean, there's generation.
Nope. It goes the silent. It goes the greatest generation, then the silent generation, then baby boomer, generation X.
Silent? That sucks. That has to be your generation.
That was the Great Depression.
Oh.
That does remind me of my childhood, though. Duffy, shut up! I told you, you don't have an opinion on this. But, Mom, you asked what we want on the pizza.
So that apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it?
Yeah.
But anyhow.
So I'm Gen X?
So
Yeah.
every time I tell him this, that's his reaction, like it's the first time he's heard it. So Kyle said that, so he's already got me perturbed.
Yeah.
Then
vocab.
Thank you. Yeah. It's my age and wisdom. Right. And so then I was online and Market Watch, I was running through these things and Twitter went crazy because Market Watch ran a column called Money Milestones. This is how your finances should look in your 30s. And they said that by the time you're 35, you should have double of 1 year's salary saved up.
Oh! By the time you're 35? What?
Yeah.
That's a lot of...
Yeah. So then I was like, oh my God. I'm failing at life.
Can it be double your very first year of work's salary saved up?
There you go.
Because that would be different than what
Can
your
I
salary
count
is.
what my husband has saved up?
Sure, yeah.
There you go.
Well, yeah, it's a household, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Well,
Household.
it's his retirement.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I would imagine he'd be
Do I
retiring
get that?
with you.
Do I get his?
Well, if you all stay together, then yeah, I would imagine.
I think even if you don't sometimes.
Well, you
But I
probably-
think they have to die.
Yeah, that's a lot of alimony.
Well,
Just don't sign anything.
It also depends on what state you're in. There's.
Don't
So
sign it at all.
Washington's an alimony state.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
And he brought me back here. It's weird. But no, so then I started looking up accomplishment at ages. And I found they had from age 1 to 100 people who had accomplished incredible things.
okay.
And so I'm not going to tell you all of them because that would be 100. And so I kind of just kept the most interesting.
Sure.
But it makes you feel like a slacker when you start hearing the young kids
Well, we
and
had
what
that
they're doing.
last week when Camper Kyle was out on Mixed
When
Mornings.
he
We had
was
this
at Disneyland.
getting his new Boba Fett doll.
But the maturity level, you wouldn't
Yeah,
say a difference in maturity.
Yeah. Hey, we did have the story.
I am right here.
It's funny because you were out wearing the mouse ears and
Yeah.
eating the cotton candy.
Yeah.
And we had a story about a 4-year-old who made his way into Mensa.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it is not what you think
Yeah,
it is.
not MRSA.
Not Nancy.
All right.
Thanks.
No. So, but then as I go through them, then you'll start feeling better about yourself because you realize that even when you're older, you can still accomplish things that, it's never too late when you hear what some of these people have done.
Colonel Sanders was in his 60s before he started Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
True
I'm
story.
hungry.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Is that a real person?
Let's begin.
Class?
And there's a lot, so I'm going to kind of fly through these, okay?
Okay, yeah.
So just
no
raise your
commenting.
hand if you have a comment.
Okay.
Okay, at age 1, Christian Frederick Heineken, a lot of these are
Heineken? He made his first beer
There.
at 1?
You know, that is
No,
impressive.
but a lot of these are foreign names, so I apologize in advance.
Yeah, no Americans.
Heineken, the legendary child prodigy, by age 1 had read the Pentateuch.
I don't think
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's a bunch of letters thrown together. Any 1-year-old can do that.
No,
They'll be like, look, he's a genius. No,
No.
he just made a bunch of
You
sounds.
did not even raise your hand. The Pentateuch is the first 5 books of the Bible
Oh, wow.
by age 1.
Well, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Butchered that, didn't
So
I?
I would think he's the Antichrist.
Yeah.
He's trying to learn up on things, man.
at 2,
Like Damien.
speed skater Bonnie Blair began ice skating, went on to win 5 gold medals in the Olympics.
I was strapped on my first pair of roller skates at age 3. So-
At 3, Wolfgang Mozart taught himself to play the harpsichord.
Yeah.
Which is
Wow.
like
Not
the
even
piano.
a real thing.
Yes, it is. It's like the piano.
Is it a harp? Is it a chord? What is it?
At 4, Brazilian Formula One racer driver Ayrton Senna da Silva began driving.
At 4.
At 4. My
Oh,
kids
come
would
on.
have if I left
Oh,
it.
You
Silva.
can't even-
I want to go fast.
Silva was one of the ones who died in a really massive accident during one of those races.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, that's because he was age 4 and couldn't reach the pedals.
Oh, Duffy.
have some respect.
At 5,
I thought you were
yo-yo.
going to do all 100. What, you
I'm
weren't-
not, but the early ones are impressive.
Okay.
Yeah, raise your hand, Duffy.
This would go a lot faster.
Yeah.
At 5, Yo-Yo Ma, world famous cellist, began playing suits for unaccompanied cello before bed each evening.
Yeah, but
Wow.
can she play a harpsichord? I doubt it.
At 7, English philosopher and economist John Stuart Mill had mastered Greek.
Wow. I love that guy.
My sister actually tried to learn Greek before going to Greece.
Yeah.
Did not work.
It didn't work out for it. Even they've given up on it.
They did.
They're like, we'll just speak English
This is going to take forever.
It is, yeah.
with that accent.
We're at age 8.
And we're going to 100?
Yes!
Well, that's
I
how
told
old you be.
I told you I'm going to try to fly through these, and
I beg to differ.
well, I'm trying. Like being the only sober one at a bar. At age 8, 3-time Olympic gold medal runner Wilma Rudolph took her first step after suffering from polio as a child. And then she went on to win the Olympics. At 9, Daisy Ashford wrote her best-selling novel, and it sold over 200,000 copies.
Come on.
At
Who's
9?
that?
At 9.
Was it Captain Underpants?
It was The Young Visitors.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
The Captain Underpants.
Yeah.
Was a good
I was like, you've read The Young Visitors. At 10, Vinay Bhatt became the youngest chess master in the world.
Wow.
At 11, pilot Victoria Van Meter became the youngest girl to fly across the United States.
Oh, wow.
At 12, Karl von Clausewitz, general and writer of Onward, joined the Prussian army at 12.
Yeah. So at age 1, he was reading Kabash Kablik. And then at age 12,
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. At 13, actress, director, and producer Jodie Foster wrote and directed a short movie called The Hands of Time.
Yeah, but see, she came from money, didn't she?
yeah, she
This
did.
has nothing to do with the money.
But I
No,
just
it's
feel
just
like you
whatever
have, but like you can direct any movie if you pay for it.
At 16, American sharpshooter Annie Oakley challenged and defeated the well-known marksman Frank Butler by hitting a dime in midair from 90 feet.
Wow.
Feminism. Wow.
At 19, Abner Doubleday devised the rules for baseball.
He was 19 when he did
He was
that?
19, yeah.
Makes sense.
At 20, Charles Lindbergh learned to fly. At 21, Thomas Edison created his first invention, an electric vote recorder. At 24, Ted Turner took over his father's billboard advertising business, later launching CNN.
Yeah.
Wow.
At 26, Soviet cosmonaut Valentina Tereshkova became the first woman to travel in space. At 26, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am 26.
At 28, Bob Marley recorded I Shot the Sheriff.
Look at poor Kelsey's face. She's like, I'm 26. I haven't traveled across the state, let alone into space.
Never left the country.
At 29, Alexander Graham Bell transmitted the first complete sentence by telephone. At 30, physicist Armin Fazou measured the speed of light. At 32, Alexander the Great had conquered almost the entire known world.
At age 32.
That's pretty good.
What do you do from there?
Right.
Right?
Well, I learned how to play the harpsichord.
Yeah.
I read chicken coming to me.
He could have done this. At 33, Walter Nilsson rode across the U.S. on an 8-foot unicycle.
That just doesn't seem as impressive as taking
Are you kidding me?
It's 8 feet. If you fall over,
Yeah.
That one
Yeah.
sucks,
Conquering the world is rather easy when you got a big army.
and they
but
had leather helmets back then.
in the army, or right?
At 34, Francis Scott Key wrote the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
At 30,
Oh, we touched a nerve
Wow,
with Camper
yes.
Kyle.
he did
Take a moment.
golf clap.
It's funny as he immediately went into, I don't know how he does it, but his hand just immediately morphs into the Boy Scout symbol. Beautiful, beautiful. By the end of it, he's
Yes.
giving the Boy
When he's
Scout
an
salute.
old man, that's what his hand
It's
is
just
going to be stuck.
that way, yeah.
At 35, Sir Frederick William Herschel invented the contact lens. 38,
actually cool.
Apollo 11 Commander Neil Armstrong became the first person to set foot on the moon.
Allegedly.
38?
38.
If you believe.
I thought that he was older than
I
that.
would have imagined. I thought he was like 50.
Yeah.
At 43, baseball player Nolan Ryan pitched the 6th no-hitter of his career.
Wow,
I remember
that's cool.
that.
So, and these are where they start getting
But Amber, so that the whole thing, what started all of this
So they have to
was
slow
you
down.
saying that these two made you feel old because they didn't include you. You haven't gotten to my age yet, Amber K, and you just said, now we're getting into the geriatric portion.
Now
Yeah,
they're
now
not
it's not impressive because they're so old.
This is what we're gonna.
Generation Atric.
This is what we're gonna call the Weedfield Senior Living portion of
But
it.
no, but so these are the ones that actually made me feel like, wow, like, we have these societal norms of age expectations and what we should do at what age, and if we haven't done it by then,
Yeah.
we're probably not going to do it.
Yeah.
And this is where it starts making me,
At
better.
age 46, Duffy started wearing Depends. He met that mile marker.
At 44, George Washington crossed the Delaware River and captured Trenton. At 47, Kent Couch attached 105 balloons to a lawn chair and flew 193 miles.
I remember
Can we
that.
have Kyle do that for
Please,
a man on the street?
I remember when that
Yes.
actually happened. What was it, the 90s, right? Does it say?
I don't know. He
Yeah.
was 47.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 90s. Yeah.
You can do that, Camper Kyle, in 25 years
Oh.
when you're 47.
At 49, Julia Child published her book, Mastering the Art of French Cooking.
I do love her.
Didn't do it until she was 49. And then super
Yeah.
famous.
And she did
Julie.
nothing up until then.
She learned to cook. At 57, Frank DeBesch competed in his first 100-mile bicycle ride exactly 10 years after he was diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor.
Oh.
57. At 62, J.R.R. Tolkien published the first volume of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it took him 13 years
So-
to write it.
He was
My goodness.
62?
62.
Yeah, that's really old.
That's why I said these make you like, wow. You
Yeah.
know? At 66, Noah Webster completed his monumental American Dictionary of the English Language.
Oh.
At 69, Canadian Ed Whitlock of Milton, Ontario, Canada, became the oldest person to run a standard marathon in under 3 hours.
Yeah, but did he do it on an 8-foot unicycle?
it
That's
was-
what I
it-
want to know.
That's why
2
America's winning.
He was 69 years old. In 2 hours and 52 minutes, he
So,
ran a marathon.
A sub-3 marathon. That's impressive.
At 70, Cornelius Vanderbilt began buying railroads. So he wasn't... At 70 is when... Because
Yeah.
Vanderbilts are huge.
Yeah.
At 75, cancer survivor Barbara Hillary became one of the oldest people and the first black woman to reach the North Pole.
All right.
At 77, John Glenn became the oldest person to go into space.
Wow.
So you still got time, Kelsey. She was 26, but he was 77.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Did he make it back?
Well,
I don't
yes,
know. It doesn't say.
he still has the blinker on the ship. He's just going in circles.
You don't know the name John Glenn?
No, man.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Kelsey. At 80, Christina Brown, who lives in California, flew to China and climbed the Great Wall. At 81, Bill Painter became the oldest person to reach the summit of Mount Rainier, which is over 14,000 feet. At 82, William Ivy Baldwin became the oldest tightrope walker, crossing the South Boulder Canyon in Colorado. He went 320 feet. At 88, Michelangelo created the architectural plans for the Church of Santa Maria degli Angeli.
At 88?
At 88.
I didn't even know they lived that long back then.
Yeah. No, honestly, he's not
Really?
wrong.
Yeah.
You know, back when
that's surprising.
Yeah. So
I thought, well, in the Bible, they lived to be like 300.
Well, yeah, but, that was before that.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
true.
what?
Yeah.
At 91, this was almost me. At 91, Alan Stewart of New South Wales completed a Bachelor of Law degree from the University of New England. I don't have a Bachelor of Law.
No,
but it almost took me that long to get my bachelor's. At 92, Paul Spangler finished his 14th marathon. 92 years old.
Yeah.
At 94, George Burns performed in Schenectady.
Schenectady, yeah.
Schenectady. It has a D.
Yeah, it's Schenectady.
It's silent.
63 years after his first performance there.
Yep.
95, Nola Ox became the oldest person to receive a college diploma. At 96, Harry Bernstein published his first book.
Bernstein, as in the Bernstein Bears?
I don't know. It's called The Invisible Wall.
Okay, probably not. Might be a different Bernstein.
I would have been
He's
super
96.
impressed.
I still have time, guys.
Yeah, you're doing good.
He started writing to cope with the loneliness after his wife of 70 years, Ruby, passed away.
There you go. Happy.
At 99, Tetsuya Garashi climbed Mount Fuji. And then at 100, Frank Shears is the oldest active water skier in the world.
At 100.
At 100.
All right, so round the room, at your age, what's your big accomplishment to date? Kelsey Lorenz, big accomplishment to date. Got a master's
I
degree.
do. I have a master's.
Yeah.
You cut your hair yesterday.
I did cut my hair.
Yeah,
That was pretty
that's a
huge.
big accomplishment.
You know, I'm debt free.
Yeah, well,
I
there
think
you
that's
go.
a
You are not, liars.
Well, not with my credit cards right now, but those are just debts that you pay off over time.
That is the definition of a
But
debt.
that's like everything goes on my credit card.
And that's like the worst debt because there's nothing for it, you know?
I will tell you though, I am debt free. You know, if you don't count the house and the cars,
credit cards.
right? And the crushing debt from my children.
Yeah.
But other than that, Camper Kyle, biggest accomplishment, man. You're your early 20s.
I actually get goosebumps whenever I think about this. I'm going to be serious, too. Yeah. This is
not when you jumped off a bridge,
No.
is it?
23 years of age. This is my biggest accomplishment.
Is it the time that you ate the jalapeno pepper and didn't cry or
He's
whatever?
going to say he owns his home.
No,
He got a
that's
drone.
pretty awesome.
I
He
give
got
him.
a drone.
No. Actually, that's a good one, Amber.
I agree. I think, not making fun of you.
Thank
to
you.
me, I think the fact that you're your age and you literally own something and
That
it's
guy
something
in the
of
alley
value.
owns his home too.
No, but here it is. When I was in Boy Scouts, right? I was the
Here we
senior
go.
patrol leader of my troop for
my God.
hold on for 4 terms, so 2 years total. I was
Wow, dude.
well, thank you. I was elected both times, right?
Wow.
But I never made Eagle because I moved over here beforehand, and that's fine. But I remember I went back to Florida to meet some friends, and one of the old scoutmasters was talking to me, and he said, "By the way, after you left, we did a lot of board reviews, which is what you go through as a scout to get to rank up, right?
Yeah.
So you go through a board review, and you talk to a bunch of adults, and they say, okay, well, you can get ranked up. 4 of the 5 kids that they board reviewed, when they were asked, who is a role model in your life, and they all said me.
Well, there you go.
They said Kyle.
Camper
And
Kyle.
I get goosebumps whenever I just think, that was the coolest thing.
To hell with that 5th kid that didn't say you.
No, him and I never got along anyway.
yeah, and what they don't know about you is you're debt free. According to Kelsey Lorenz's
right.
definition,
Dude, I'm
you're
just
debt-free.
saying.
Yeah, besides
like,
my car payment and everything, yeah, I'm
I
debt-free.
get flight miles if I use my credit card. I don't understand.
Every biggest accomplishment.
I flew a Cessna in 8th grade. I just didn't get to land it.
Yeah.
I did finally graduate college.
Yeah. No, that's good. You have a couple of kids that are pretty
I
amazing.
know.
I have like some chill. Have you seen some of the people that have kids? Like, it's like they'll let anyone have kids.
It's not that big of an accomplishment. Wow. You're really thinking this through.
Yes, I feel like there should be more.
You've started a book.
We're on our 2nd house.
Yeah.
We own some land outright.
Yeah, well, there you go. So
Bam.
you're debt free. on that.
Yeah.
You guys laugh. Well, my credit score is going
Boom.
to show you.
250.
I'm Duffy Moon, and I think I've hit certain milestones for sure, and some things I'm pretty proud of, and some accomplishments. I think perhaps the biggest, the one that I would put close to the top anyhow, but putting the children aside and marriage to my wife and that sort of thing. If we're just looking at personal accomplishments, it would be that I am 100% certain that I was the first person ever to mash up Fritos into a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, I graduated high school a year early with like a 4.2 that year.
Yeah, that one does.
Nice.
That does top the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Just a bit.
Dude,
but I was
the
impressed by
Fritos?
that, though.
Thank you.
Was it good?
Oh, it's fantastic. You got to try it. Yeah, and when you do, just remember, you're eating a Duffy Moon.
Oh, and I almost
Right past it, Amber, really?
I almost died, and and I survived.
Oh, that's good.
So that was a
Congratulations
big
on that. I don't know how that's an accomplishment. I think that's
because I had to keep myself alive.
Okay, good. All right, it's
That's another podcast.
Mix Off Air with myself, Duffy, and Camper Kyle, and Kelsey Lorenz, and Bear Grylls. And we'll catch you back on the radio, Mix 107.5, the Mix Crew, all day, every day.
And then one time I did 13 push-ups.
Okay.